everybody, today I'm going to review the newest tool in Milwaukee's M12 lineup, the 2438 variable speed polisher sander. Now, I first saw these online about a month or two ago, and I gotta be honest with you, when I first looked at them, it looked to me like it was going to be a standard M12 drill with a handle attached on the side, and then some kind of adapter that would allow you to use sanding discs or polishing pads. But after I got it in and I've actually been using it, I can tell you that although they may look similar, a drill and the polisher sander are nothing alike, simply for the fact of the different features that they have built into this. Now, the first thing that I noticed right off the bat was the fact that it only goes in forward. There is no reverse mode. So where you would typically have a directional switch, this is instead a trigger lock. So when it's pressed to the right, the trigger's locked, and when it's pressed to the left, the trigger's unlocked, and then the tool will operate correctly. Now, they have two different power or speed modes with this. Speed 1 is going to be 0 to 2800 RPMs, which you would use when you had the polishing discs on. And because it's a variable speed trigger, you can control exactly how fast the end is actually turning. So you can see if you want to go real slow, you can do that very easily. And then if you want full power, which would be 2800 RPMs, you also can do that. Now let's say you're not going to use this as a polisher and you instead are going to be rebuilding engines. Let's say you're replacing head gaskets, maybe exhaust manifold gaskets, and you instead want to use ROLOC discs. Then you can do that with the included adapter. All you'll need to do is press in this button on the top. That's going to lock the spindle, and then you can just twist the end off very easily by hand. You'll take the polishing pad right off, swap it out with the 2-inch ROLOC Mandrel that I already have a bristle disc installed on, thread that down by hand, and you just need to hand tighten it up. When you're done, just release that button, and now this is ready to go. But instead of going 0 to 2800 RPMs like you would with polishing, you'll just flip the little switch up to speed number 2, and now you're on sanding mode. This is 0 to 8300 RPMs. And once again, it does have that variable speed trigger, so you can go very slow, or you can go at full speed. And when you have the trigger in all the way, it's going over 8,000 RPMs. So if you want to clean up a gasket surface, let's say you're working on head gaskets, or you're working on exhaust manifolds, or anything that you need to get clean, whether that's steel, cast iron, or aluminum, you can do that if you use the correct ROLOC discs. So I'm going to show you next what comes in the kit that I got, model 2438-22X. That's going to come with the tool itself, a charger, a soft shell case, as well as 2 batteries. Now the 2 batteries come with a 4 amp hour high capacity battery, and they also include the 2 amp hour compact battery. So just depending on where you're working, that may make a little bit of a difference not having this sticking off the end. Then I'm going to show you some different clips of the polisher sander actually being used. Here's the soft shell case that comes with the kit itself. You can see it does have a nice handle on the top so you can carry it around, and it will sit upright on its own. Now to open it, there's just a zipper around the outside edge. You'll unzipper it all the way around, the lid will unfold, and inside is the polisher sander itself along with a 2 amp hour battery already installed. There is the side handle right here, as well as an additional 4 amp hour high capacity battery, and then an M12 charger. In the lid, you're going to see 3 different polishing pads, as well as that polishing mandrel that will thread into the end of the polisher. This is a Velcro surface, and the pads will stick right in place, and they're ready to use immediately. And then if you want to change pads, you just peel them off, stick the next pad on the Velcro surface, and you're good to go. Now, if you're not going to use this as a polisher, and you're actually going to use it as a sander, then they also have that sanding mandrel that will take standard 2-inch ROLOC discs. And with that, all you'll need to do is either buy the bristle discs, or you can use the standard Scotch-Brite pad discs, and they will thread right into place, and then you're ready to sand. The only other thing in the lid is going to be the operator's manuals for the actual polisher sander itself, as well as the battery and the charger. So if you have any questions about how anything works, it's going to be covered in one of these 2 manuals. And then finally, they do have their product information for their other M18 and M12 line of tools. So you can look through here and see other tools that may take these same batteries and charger so you can expand later. Now I'm going to show you some clips of this actually being used. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to clean up is this exhaust manifold off a Subaru. And because this is steel, I'll be able to use the 2-inch ROLOC Scotch-Brite pads. And I'm going to have this on speed setting 2, which is 8,300 RPMs. And we're going to see how clean of a surface we can get with this. I'm going to zoom in now so you can see exactly how well the polisher sander will do. And here we go. Alright, the gasket surface is completely clean. At this point, I would just wipe it off with some brake cleaner and it would be ready to be mounted back on the engine. Now, because this is steel, like I said, I was able to use the 2-inch Scotch-Brite pads, but now I'm going to show you some aluminum and we're going to switch over to the ROLOC bristle disc. And now I'm going to use the white ROLOC bristle disc to clean up the aluminum surface on the intake manifold. And you can see how quickly this is already cleaning it up. I'm going to go ahead and clean the entire rest of the old gasket material off of the intake manifold mating surface, and then it would be ready to go. So here it goes. Now the entire surface is completely clean and it's ready for a new gasket. Now typically you would have to use an angle die grinder to do this, but if you're out in the field or you're not somewhere with a high-powered air compressor, this will be next to impossible using standard tools because you'll end up gouging the surface and then you're going to have leaks. So you really need to use one of these ROLOC bristle discs to clean up the aluminum surface correctly. It will polish it as it goes along and it makes it completely smooth. And you can see how shiny this is now. It's ready to be installed back on the vehicle. And if you detail many cars, you know when you're polishing and buffing out the paint, a lot of times if the large random orbital buffer just won't fit, you're stuck doing it by hand. But with the 2438, because of its very compact size, you can get into areas that normally you never could with a larger buffer, and it will save you a lot of time because the tool's going to be doing the work. Using this to polish areas like the pillars next to the windshield or inside the door jamb is extremely easy with this. You can see that because of its small size, it's not going to overlap onto the windshield itself, and you have excellent control with the side handle. Especially areas like bumpers that have a lot of contoured surfaces, this will really speed the job up for you because you'll be able to get in here, get done very quickly, and you won't be stuck doing it by hand. So now you've seen the brand new Milwaukee M12 2438 for yourself. Now I'm going to primarily use this to clean up gasket surfaces, but it's an excellent option if you're an auto detailer or you might own a few collector cars and you really worry about keeping them clean. This could save you a lot of time and a lot of effort. Now, because this is a Milwaukee power tool, it is covered by their 5-year warranty. The large capacity 4 amp hour battery is covered by a 3-year warranty, and then that 2 amp hour compact battery is covered by a 2-year warranty. So if you go out, pull the trigger, and nothing happens, that's going to be a warranty claim, and Milwaukee will fix that for you free of charge. If you like this video, please click like. If you like my channel, please click subscribe. And thanks for watching.